Are you vaccinated, and what's your stance on vaccinations?
Yeah, I've been immunized. There's a lot of conversation around it, around the league, and a lot of guys who have made statements and have made statements, owners who made statements. There's guys on the team that haven't been vaccinated. I think it's a personal decision. I'm not going to judge those guys. There's guys who have been vaccinated that have contracted COVID. So it's an interesting issue that I think we're going to see played out the entire season.
So yesterday, Aaron Rodgers was asked about status. Now, this is in the running for Jeopardy, Aaron Rodgers, at one point, right? So very calculated, very smart, very well-read, very intentional with his diction, okay? When asked about his vaccination status, Aaron Rodgers says, I'm immunized. He didn't say I'm vaccinated. He said I'm immunized. Because as I understand it, he is not vaccinated. There's some question as to whether he's actually vaccinated and whether or not he took some kind of homeopathic remedy, a remedy of some sort that he researched and was told that he's immunized against COVID. So just something to keep in mind. Something to keep in mind going forward. Around the campfire, Aaron Rodgers may think he's immunized, as he said, but that doesn't mean he took Pfizer, Moderna, or Johnson & Johnson. So this is going to be an ongoing story, and not just for the usual suspects.
Ooh-wee. Oh, wow. Hey, Prophet, can we get a word? Is there a word from the Lord, Prophet? Why, yes. Good news, people. Good news, congregation. There is a word from the from the Lord. See, I thought Michael was just an angel, but Michael is a prophet too. Boy, you were on it. You were on it a while ago. I thought, Michael Smith, when you said that about Aaron Rodgers, who used the word immunized, I actually thought Aaron Rodgers was just being cute. Thought he was being poetic. I'm like, oh yeah, he got that jab. He doesn't want to say, I got the jab, I got stuck, I got the shot, I'm vaccinated. He wanted to say, I'm immunized. And I remember that really stood out to me because I was like, yeah, okay, I guess. Like old school. Well, you went to the doctor with your folks. It's old school now. Everybody don't know what I'm talking about. Old school, you go, get your little immunization book, and they just look through your book and see what you got. I was like, okay, I guess that's what he is. But Aaron Rodgers, shame on you, bruh. This is so stupid. Look, he would have been better off if he had said, I'm not vaccinated. And of course, I was going to say no judgment, Mike, but of course there would be judgment because that's just what we do. That's what I do. Okay, I'm speaking for myself. But this is worse. Not only does he have to miss this game, the NFL has to do something about this because the back and forth, according to sources, he's trying to get this pushed across, and they will not consider this a vaccination. And based on information from people who have seen him, he has not always followed all the protocols that unvaccinated players are supposed to. So I think there's got to be some kind of penalty involved in this as well. It's just totally unnecessary.
No, I disagree. I think this is more damage in the short term to the Packers' chances on Sunday, and perhaps damage to his reputation, going back to their judgment word. But I'll address that point in a moment. But first, let's hear from Matt LaFleur, who addressed his team status absent its future Hall of Fame quarterback, and now with Jordan Love stepping in against Kansas City. Here's Matt LaFleur.
I'm not going to get into any of our coaches or players' vaccination status.
Were you aware of his status, Aaron's status, before today?
Yeah, I'm not going to get into anything.
If he is unvaccinated, a lot of people are going to see that as being a selfish decision on his part, given what he means to your team. How do you see that?
I think everybody has to make their own personal decision, and that's just what it is.
Aaron himself
addressed it in August when he was asked about a vaccination status and said, "Quote, yeah, I've been immunized." Do you feel like a quote like that might be seen as misleading to fans?
It's a great question for Aaron. I'm not going to comment on it.
All right, I'll comment on the S word in a second, as in selfish. So, Michael, if I knew about this in August, the league knew about it. The Players Association knew about it.
Yeah.
And the team knew about it.
They were going back and
He didn't. No, but I'm saying it was no back and forth. He applied for an exemption and was rejected. So he was considered unvaccinated. So if he's violated the protocols in the interim since then he would have been fined. And we just didn't know about the fines, if he were violating protocols.
Well, Mike,
and this is just based on what we've seen.
Well, I was just going to say real quick, just interjection. He's appearing at his press conferences without a mask. And other players who are unvaccinated have not done that. They've been on Zoom. So I don't think if you're unvaccinated, I don't think you can just kind of scoot around the building without a mask.
No, there are certain protocols that he has to follow, and if he didn't, then he would have or will be punished. Is what I'm getting at. Maybe he was just paying the fines, and we didn't know that he was being fined for it. My point is, he didn't mislead anybody. I told you what it was on August 27th because I told you what I knew from talking to people who know. So my point is, this isn't some like, oh, busted, he's not vaccinated. He knew he wasn't vaccinated. They all knew he wasn't vaccinated. And so what he did as it relates to protocols, either they handled it or didn't, or will, is the question. But the bottom line is, he's out against Kansas City. And you want to talk about a ripple effect. We were just talking about whether Kansas City could get its act together. Now they get a much weakened, not as formidable, presumably, Packers team, minus Aaron Rodgers at home. This, with a little margin for error, this could make all the difference in Kansas City's playoff chances or playoff standing, or for that matter, Green Bay's chase for the #1 seed. Which brings me to the bigger picture. Because, Michael,
Kansas City about to win this game. Kansas City going to win the game. Kansas City go win this game. Okay, anyway, but go ahead. They're going on a run. They're going on a run, and the run starts on Sunday.
Okay, listen. I get it. That's a great position to take. You're being real forceful about it, and I don't know that Kansas City has made anything look easy lately.
Bruh,
no, I know.
I told you yesterday.
I know you did. No,
this ain't got nothing to do with Aaron Rodgers.
No,
but now it helps.
Did. But
Kansas
City has not been the Kansas City we've grown accustomed to the last couple of years. But here's the thing about
go ahead. I
the
interrupt
macro
you.
sense.
Go ahead.
No, come on, man. That's what we do. Don't ever apologize for that. That's the show. That's our relationship.
I didn't apologize.
Oh, okay.
I didn't apologize. I just said
Hold on. I didn't apologize. Don't go too far.
Wait, now you're going too far. Hold on.
What was I saying? Damn it, man! I forgot about Oh, Kyrie Irving.
No.
Okay.
You said you're gonna keep it. You said you're gonna keep it a buck.
Consistent. I'm trying to be consistent because remember, I told you with Kyrie that I was tired of arguing with contrarians. I was tired of trying to convince people that did not want to be convinced, that were dug in on their positions when it comes to vaccinated or unvaccinated, right? So what I'm going to attempt to do here is not waste a bunch of time discussing Aaron Rodgers' personal choice as it relates to the issue of choice. I'm just going to try to stick to football as best I can. Not that those two things can be separated, but I'm going to try to stick to football as best I can. Michael, the other day, I likened this season so far, before today, I likened this season for Aaron Rodgers and the Packers as make-up or even break-up sex. Who knew that Aaron Rodgers all this time was unprotected? Psst. Had to get that one off. So here's the thing. Had to get that. Oh, come on, man. I've been sitting there. Come on now. I'm here all week. Make sure you tip your waitresses. I am here all week, baby. Anyway, come on. Got to bring a little levity to the situation. It's not funny. It's unfortunate. Get well soon, Aaron Rodgers. COVID is nothing to play around with. But come on, that was too easy. That was a little hanging fruit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
At the start, it's like, all right, it's one of those. But
I'm like Dave Chappelle. I'm bringing that joke full circle. Nobody brings a joke full circle like Dave Chappelle. That's what I'm doing. Anyway, what's a love story, Michael, without an episode of disappointment or even betrayal. And I think what's interesting about this Aaron Rodgers development today is that it's dripping with irony, if not hypocrisy. Because Aaron Rodgers' entire offseason away, he and the Packers separation, if you will, was about the Packers doing what they thought was best for the organization, independent of Aaron Rodgers' feelings. Now here we are in November. Aaron Rodgers made the choice, the conscious choice, to go about, quote unquote, protecting himself from COVID-19 in a way that he thought was best for him, regardless of whether or not that was best for the team. Because we've discussed ad nauseum how much stricter the protocols are for the unvaccinated versus the vaccinated, let alone if you contract COVID, as Aaron Rodgers apparently has. So I say, this is why I never was on Aaron Rodgers' side when it came to the idea of how dare the Packers draft a quarterback in the first round. And not to say that's the only way you can acquire a backup quarterback, but that same backup quarterback that was a source of his resentment toward the front office, along with some other moves that he either didn't like or would have liked to have seen. I get that it was more than just Jordan Love. I know that.
Might come to his rescue on Sunday. Might come to his rescue.
Thank you. You took the words right out of my mouth, so take it from there.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm with you. I'm with you on this, Mike. You think about what we were just at the beginning of this week. We're talking about the Packers. Last week. It was last week. Thursday Night Football, great Thursday night game between the Packers and the Cardinals and Aaron Rodgers, and we're giving him all kinds of love and how he's appreciating the process now and how he could work with any teammate and how he may stay. Now, he may not go anywhere.
Still believe that.
Yeah, and that's possible. But okay, he appreciates his teammates. He appreciates his teammates now. Maybe he doesn't. He didn't appreciate Jordan Love before today, but he's got to be rooting for Jordan Love big time against the Chiefs because, as you pointed out, they're playing in a very competitive NFC. I'm calling the Packers as the best team only because I said it at the beginning of the season.
That's your preseason Super Bowl pick.
Jump all over the place. But the fact is,
much easier that way.
I mean, but come on, it is. And like I don't want to muddy the waters here. But you got the Packers, you got the Cowboys, you got the Buccaneers. Hey, look out for the Saints too. You got the Saints, you got the Rams.
You got the Cardinals.
There are a lot of teams. There are a lot of teams out there fighting for it. And if you lose this game, you know how the Packers are in Green Bay. They're a different franchise. They're a different team when they're playing in Green Bay. Not franchise, different team when they're playing in Green Bay. If Jordan Love cannot deliver them on Sunday, which he won't, it's not personal. It's just Kansas City. He's facing a team that has been to the valley and now going to the mountaintop. He's not going to get them a win. What an interruption! What a stain on a season that was feeling special. I just think it was just a really dumb thing. It was just a dumb thing you know what? It's a dumb fight. It was a dumb fight.
There you go. You stick it with the relationship.
Some fights. Yeah, some fights, right. Hey, I told you before. Some fights, I was in one. I was starting to go in one last night. I said, nope, I'm going to apologize because I was wrong. I'm going to apologize and I'm going to move on. And I told you what I told Oni once upon a time. I said, Oni, I'm not trying to win the fight. I'm trying to win the relationship. Ooh.
That's it. That's it.
Oh, how about a little something? How about a little something? No. Anyway.
Hey.
For him, hey, you know, he ain't gonna win this, Mike. How about you want players to either they're gonna be vaccinated or not, but how about this? It's always a kid like that, right? Always somebody coming up with, well, how about I introduce a third option? Ain't no third option.
Right.
If you're vaccinated, these are the rules. If you're unvaccinated, that's your choice. We don't have a mandate, but if you're unvaccinated, these are the rules. Ain't no third option.
Rules, there are consequences, and those consequences come at the expense of your teammates. So, like we talk about in society at large. It's like, yeah, it's your personal choice, but your personal choice affects the rest of us. So then it becomes my personal choice that you're making on my behalf.
Yeah.
Likewise, when Aaron Rodgers decides at the most important position in the sport, and a player who we all know is able to elevate his team despite losses at receiver and offensive line and tight end and defense and whatever, when he decides to make the personal choice to be immunized and not vaccinated, that comes at the consequence of a potential win and potential standing in the playoffs. And who knows how the season could play out as a result of his personal choice. There's that S word, selfish again. He did what was best for Aaron. And again, he didn't lie. I told you on August 27th, that word immunized was intentional. He wasn't vaccinated. They knew it. The team knew it. The team knew it. The teammates knew it. The organization knew it. Marcellus knew it. And Aaron Rodgers should have better known better. Okay? Because this is the risk he was taking. So he knew exactly what he was getting himself into when he decided to go about it that way. And here he is, you know, in the preseason, walking around maskless. Granted, he's outdoors, you know.
Yeah.
But who knows who he put at risk, both in terms of availability and just their health. But in the short term, Michael, go back to Jordan Love for a second. I told you it was a silver lining in the offseason. He got more work in the offseason, minicamp, training camp, preseason, than he would have otherwise had Aaron Rodgers come and done his job as usual. I think that manifests itself in this game. I would not underestimate Jordan Love's ability to put forth a strong effort. I'm not looking for him to be Aaron Rodgers, but I don't think he's going to go and poop the bed in Kansas City. Tough place to play, tough team. And the other thing is this, it may not just be one game, because if my math is right, Michael, I think it's 10 days that he has to be away. So his return would be the day before they play Seattle. So Jordan Love may be looking at a 2-game opportunity to show that the Packers knew what they were doing all along, drafting a quarterback in the first round, a guy that they were high on. Yeah. Because just like Aaron Rodgers, I'm going to sound like a broken record, just like Aaron Rodgers did what was best for him in not taking the vaccination or not taking the shot, one day Aaron Rodgers is going to do what's best for him and walk away from the game. Or one way Aaron Rodgers is going to do what's best for him and force his way out of Green Bay and say, I'm not, this time, I'm not giving y'all a second chance. I'm leaving. I want out of here. And the Packers are going to have to make a determination, and ready and willing and able, we'll see, but waiting in the wings is Jordan Love. And I think he'll play well this weekend.
Now, that's interesting. I'm going to make one more point for you, and tell me if you agree with this. And before I make the point, I'm going to put y'all on the spot. Gary and Wyatt, I don't know if you're able to do this. Can you put Michael and I in a 2-box and have Matt LaFleur just play that, not necessarily the sound, but just the look on his face? Is that possible? You know, put us on the side. What do you call that? A strip. Put us on the rail and put Matt LaFleur in the middle.
A 3-box?
Because I'm going to say 3. Well, I guess it's a 3-box. It's a 3-box. It's 2, you know, us on the side and LaFleur in the middle. Because I want to say to you, yeah, there we go. Thank you. 3-box. All right. I'm getting all that. It's a 3-box
stuff right there. Horns.
Hey,
keep it right
back
there.
Go back.
Get a drum or something.
Back to the beginning. Bridge.
That was pretty impressive. That was pretty impressive.
Mind power. Fred. Anyway,
they just out there taking requests in the control room, huh? Go ahead. What you
this
about
dude,
to
I know how you told me, and I'm a little hurt by it. You told me that you don't think I can learn to be a spades player since I ain't never played spades, and you can't teach me. You said that off the air. Hey, Mike, I can teach you to play spades,
exactly
but you're
what
going to
I
be
said.
bad at it. Yeah, that's
not
what you
exactly
said.
what I said.
You said,
Okay.
I can teach you, you'll be bad. That's what you said. You ain't going to be good.
Okay.
You ain't going to be okay. You said you ain't going to be good.
Okay.
Because, but I don't know about spades. If you look on your face, determines what you got. This dude's a bad poker player. He is pissed he is a bad poker player. He is pissed at the question. I don't know if he's pissed at Rodgers. He's just like,
I would be.
Y'all leave me alone.
Like, this ain't what I expected to wake up to. If I'm Matt LaFleur,
no.
this ain't what I expected. When I came, we 7-1. We riding high. This entire winning streak since the opening debacle has completely covered up. Like nobody talked about. I didn't even bring it up again. I never brought it up again, Michael. I never brought up the fact that Aaron Rodgers was was standing on shaky ground. Shout out to the Temptations. That Aaron Rodgers was in a tenuous position when it came to his availability, that at any moment he could either be a close contact, which I'm surprised with Devontae Adams. I don't know all the ins and outs of that, so I don't want to speak out of school. But nonetheless, it could have been a close contact or test positive. I forgot about it. You know why? Because they were winning. They were rolling. And then you wake up in the morning like, hey, your quarterback's out. But this is why you invest in your backup quarterback. So, we'll see what Jordan Love got. It's never a bad time for Love.